Hi guys. So after watching Marianne get started on that reef from Hobby Lobby, I couldn't help myself. So I decided I was going to start mine too. So first I'm going to show you how I figure out how much wire I'm going to need. And this is about 11 inches tall, and I am timesing that by 3.5. And the total is 38.5, so I just rounded it up to 39 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the right side, and I am going to be using the BENECREAT 20 gauge aluminum copper colored wire, and then also the silver. And I am going to just leave this not going fast because it was a lot harder to put this wire on this reef frame. It actually took a very long time. And just trying to figure out where to put the wire, where it was going to anchor so it wouldn't slide around. And I guess it's not that big of a deal once you get your tree and your trunk, you know, the roots and the trunk done. But as I was putting it in, for some reason, it just seemed super important to me to make sure that I had at least one wire anchored so it wasn't going to move. But hindsight's 20/20. Next one, I won't worry about it nearly as much. But yeah, it was super time consuming doing this. And I did speed up throughout the video, just so that you could see the entire process. But yeah, this was probably my least fun thing I've done, is trying to get these wires on there and getting them tight. So where you see what is supposed to be kind of the grapevine wreath, it's metal and it's rough and it is not nearly as thick as the hoops, and so to try to get your wire anchored on there tight, and I'm using the slip knot on these. I watched Marianne put the wire on and she didn't seem to have any problems, but for me it was very tedious and took me a long time. And I am going every other one, so I'm doing the copper and then the silver and then the copper color and the silver. So, and yeah, 24 wires for each tree is what I'm doing. So I ended up with 48 wires. But I'm still super excited, and it is still sitting there just as done as what you're gonna see in this video. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I did do the branches. And I did record it. And I apologize again about my hair. At night I pull it up into a bun. Living in Mississippi with all the creepy crawlies and things that are around, I cannot stand to have my hair down, especially when it's close to bedtime. It just freaks me out. Waking up to like a strand of hair or loose hair just going over my face or on my neck or shoulders. So it gets wild and crazy. And then it's been so humid this year too, so I have super fluffy hair, like Dolly Parton hair. It's crazy. And with these long wires, it was I took my time putting everything on, and they were continually getting tangled. You know, you had 19 inches on each side after you split it was almost 19 inches on each side after you split that 38 and a half, minus what that little teeny tiny bit that you're putting around the reef frame. So they were still pretty long. And yeah. And I think I'm only putting in 6 or 7 twists in these because I'm going to end up twisting them again to make the larger roots. So I didn't need a lot of twist in there. And I know that Marianne had mentioned it, but we had gotten these reef frames from Hobby Lobby. And I will link them. And this week, they're also half off. So I think they're $6.49 a piece. So it's a pretty good deal. I just ordered us some more. And typically I go to Hobby Lobby to find things, but our Hobby Lobby was absolutely wiped out. Let's see, it was Friday or Saturday that I went. So they were having a sale on like all of their spring and summer stuff. And yeah, there just wasn't a lot left. And just so you know, I don't ever buy any of my beads or wires there. It's such a better deal to buy from Amazon. When I first started, and the first video that I watched of Marianne. Oh my gosh. So I was watching the video and I was watching her make this beautiful tree, and she was using a hoop. And I went down to Hobby Lobby and I got beads and I got wire. So the beads I got were plastic and the wire I got was so ridiculously hard to use. Yeah, it's in a box. I don't use it anymore. So the plastic beads I ended up sending to my granddaughter because I figured out plastic beads just don't look the same. They're not as nice. And they were round too. They weren't even, bicones or rondelles or, oh gosh, yeah, they were. So I got rid of those. Granddaughter was very grateful for them. And then I started paying attention to where she was getting her beads. And once again, it's all Amazon. That's the best place to buy the beads because you can always find the sales, which are great. And I am a sale shopper, especially since I just do this as a hobby. I don't sell anything that I make. I'm always looking for the best deal. So I wait until there's sales or there's some sort of discount. Yeah, I grab it up then. But right now, everything is just so expensive, so. Oh, sorry about the hair. It's really getting into my work here. Can you tell? And I sure will link all the wire, and then eventually when I get to the beads, I'll link those for you. And what I decided on this particular one, just because the birds are kind of a turquoise, I was going to use just turquoise bicones and then the turquoise blue gemstones, bluish, because I have a mix. So I'll just pick through and maybe turquoise blue and green, a light green, just to kind of keep everything matching and a little bit of a flow through it. Since yeah, that was another thing. I did not have the same color wire that Marianne has. And BENECREAT doesn't make a bronze wire. They have a brown, and it's anodized, like the gold and the copper. So I did order the brown for the next one that I do, because I really did like how her trunk and her branches looked using that bronze color. But I only use the BENECREAT because it's aluminum, and it's soft and it's easy to twist. And I do have some 18 gauge, and I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I have a roll of it. But I typically will stay with the 20 and the 22 gauge. When I make my Marianne branches, that's where I use the 22 gauge. And that's because it's so easy to, when you're twisting out the leaves on it, to get those leaves nice and tight. But if you're doing a trunk and you use the 20 gauge, it will really add a lot of thickness to the trunk. And these trunks ended up being very decent size because I used 24 wires. So, you know, as I'm wrapping it, I'm actually wrapping each trunk with 48 wires. So I didn't have to worry about a lot of bulk on the trunk, and that was nice. So you can see here how it was just so easy to take those 48 wires and just twist them together. And that's why I love the BENECREAT. It's Marianne introduced me to it, and it's like, yeah, this is my go-to. And here I'm putting on the first wire, and then I realized, hey, I didn't anchor it. But then later I thought, oh, hey, maybe I don't need to anchor them. But this second silver wire that I'm putting on, this one, I'm trying to find a good anchor spot for it. And unfortunately, it was underneath the bird again. I was really trying not to do that because I wanted the roots to be visible. Oops, bumped the camera. So I'm using the BENECREAT silver and the BENECREAT gold 20 gauge over here on this other tree. On my next tree, I will still use the golden and the copper, I think, but I will have that brown that Marianne used. Or, oh, she used the bronze, but I'll have brown. And I think that will look a lot better than the silver wire. But for now, I'm just using what I have. And yes, this whole part of the video, I sped it up 4 times. I wish I could do 6, but then you wouldn't be able to see anything I'm doing. And at this point, I was ready to be working 4 times as fast, let me tell you. But, you know, after you get your wires on, it's all fun. Just keep a set of pliers close so that you can crimp everything together. And be prepared to do a lot of untangling. And I was just double checking my my count of 24. So at the bottom, and I did forget to mention this, I would pull 4 wires together that had the initial twist in them, and then twist those together. And I did that 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. And that made it like really even and flowy. I had a groove doing the copper and the silver together. And it's like just changing positions of my hands and all of that. Got out of my groove. Yeah, I ordered enough that I could do one for each one of my family members for Christmas, just because, yeah, what Marianne is doing is so beautiful, and it's just like, this will be such a beautiful Christmas present and something that people can keep for a long time and won't be like Christmas specific, but maybe next year I'll do them something that'll be Christmas specific. But this year, nope. I think that's the best thing about, you know, having the opportunity to be and learn and grow, is that, you know, your mind, it's like you just can think of all sorts of really fun things to do. And as you're walking around a store, you can find something that I'd be like, oh, that'd be really pretty to bead. I did go to Jerome Tink's too, and that's in Philadelphia, Mississippi. And they were pretty wiped out too. But that's, if you're down here, that's another really great craft store. Well, they don't just have crafts, they have everything. I mean, sporting goods, tools. It's just it reminds me of, I don't know if you guys know anything about Charlie Brown's in Lancaster, California. Lancaster, yeah. And that store down there was just kind of full of everything, including candy and toys. Yeah. That's what Jerome Tink's reminds me of. So on the outside, it's not aesthetically beautiful, but you get inside and there's just so much to look at. Oh yeah, they have like kitchen stuff too. They sell cast iron, all sorts of, oh yeah, it's like a variety store. I'm pretty sure that store in Lancaster was called Charlie Brown's, down by LA. Okay, so here I have got rid of the terrible job and we get to start the fun job. Okay, so right here, what had happened is that I had twisted the tree up. And that's a super long video because boy did I mess up. And so what I'm doing now is I am going through and straightening all of the wires that I had twisted. And I'm getting out all of those little bends, not all of them, but I'm making them a lot straighter than when I had totally messed up. And how I had messed up is as I was doing the tree and winding it together, I had only pulled out 8 of one color instead of pulling out 8 of each color. And when I got to the top of the tree, I had a ton of wire left. And I was like, this is ridiculous. This will never look good because it'll be all sparse down below. And then up here, there's going to be all these wires. So I just untwisted it. And I was so mad at myself. It was like, why didn't I think this through? So now I'm just kind of taking a couple of minutes to show you how easy it is to get the bends and twists out of the 20 gauge. Just the heat from your hands will straighten them up so much. It's just incredible. So today we posted Marianne's video on how to add wire to your tree. And it is a very good video. It's not very long. I think it's less than half an hour. But yeah, you could check that out. And so interesting. I've been doing it wrong all that time. It was just absolutely crazy. And now I know how to do it right. Woohoo! I always learn so much from her videos. So go check out her playlist and you will be able to just kind of roam around and find the different things that interest you and make you happy. I mean, she's got over 1,000 videos and she is such a wonderful teacher. Walks you through just about everything. Anyways, you guys have a great night. See you soon.